And today I want to talk about similarity versus differences and why we so often over-focus on the differences instead of the similarities. So let me tell you what I was thinking about. I was thinking about expression of anti-Semitism. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about anti-Zionism, I'm not talking about criticism of Netanyahu government. I am talking about expressions of anti-Semitism, mostly outside of the US, mostly toward Jewish targets, and we see a dramatic increase in the frequency of those things. And I was thinking about the relationship between Judaism and Christianity. And what strikes me is that we are designed to think about them as different religions. But the reality is that there's so much that is similar. Think about Catholic and Protestants. Catholic and Protestants have a lot in common, but not everything in common. But nevertheless, at least for a while, there have not been any serious fights between Catholics and Protestants. And on a day-to-day basis, you don't see anti-Catholic sentiments for the Protestants and anti-Protestant sentiments from the Catholics. I know, Ireland, but in general, across the world. So when I look at this and I say Protestants and Catholics mostly get along together, mostly, why is the perception of Judaism so different? How come the Catholics and Protestants mostly think about themselves as Christian and under the same umbrella, and Jewish people are perceived to be so different? So I know, of course, there's a belief in Jesus Christ, there's a question of the Jewish role in crucifixion and things like that. But when you think about it, the similarity is just profound. The similarity in the belief of one God, the same God, belief in the Ten Commandments as a general principle, the belief in love thy neighbor, the commandment to care about other people as much as we care about ourselves. If you look at the list of values, the importance of respecting your family, kind of the Ten Commandments, if you look at the set of values, the similarity is tremendous. There's a belief in God versus God and Jesus Christ, but the belief in terms of value is so similar. How come we're not focusing on that similarity? Imagine we drew all the religions of the world. As somebody Jewish, I look at Catholics and Protestants and say, you're quite similar. I understand the differences, but you're quite similar. I think somebody like a Buddhist, for example, would look at Judaism, Christianity, Catholicism, the Protestant religion and say, you're really very similar. So anyway, I think we should start thinking about the similarity. I think that we have for too long emphasized the differences. And it's time to think of the similarity in our ideals, in the similarity in terms of our core values. I do think we're much more similar than people think, and for some reason, for way too long, we've focused on the differences. Okay, bye for now.